Welcome. Welcome to the Everything Podcast, Season 2, Episode 109. In this episode, I'm going to cover 5 reviews for the Neighbours reboot, going from Episode 24 to Episode 28. And we're going to start off with Episode 24. So here's my review for Neighbours reboot, Episode 24. The episode starts off, as always, with a previously recap and a title sequence. Reese shows Byron a picture of her missing half-sister. Therese signs the lease for the office and gives the paperwork to Paul. Therese and Paul talk about Reese. Jane and Susan talk and reconcile. Jane learns that Erinsborough High will close. Reese fills Byron in about her missing half-sister. Byron comforts Reese. Dex suggests to JJ that they should ignore the Rodwells. Instead, JJ apologises to Andrew for leaving their driving lesson. Andrew offers another driving lesson to JJ. Remy and Cara discuss the Linwell brothers. JJ and Cara disagree about Andrew's intentions. Tony and Therese celebrate Therese's retirement experience offer. The offer being accepted. Jane and Susan confront Therese about her retirement experience replacing the school. Andrew fills in Cara on the Linwell brothers and finds the culprit of the smashed window. Even. Byron helps Reese find out Reese's missing sister has a car. Byron and Reese hatch a plan to find the registration of the car. Andrew tells Wendy about Lavanka Murphy's being targeted by the Linwell brothers. Cara tells JJ it is okay for Andrew to continue giving him driving lessons. Remy and Cara discuss the Rodwells. JJ tries to reassure Dex. Jane, Sam and Susan discuss the closure of Erinsborough High. Jane and Sam get a call from Mike. Mike tells Jane and Sam he has been offered a job. Mike declines the job. Jane tells Mike the school is closing. Jane encourages Mike to accept the job. Reese stayed over at Byron's. Reese tells Byron about the community bank for Ramsey Street. Remy opens a letter, then instructs Cara to take JJ and Dex outside, and the episode finishes off with a coming up trailer. Next up will be the the videos after episode 24 and before episode 25, which includes 2 clips from this episode and the Robin.
You came back for more, I see. Well, I got to tell you, the Varga Murphys and the Rodwells are still at war, I see. You know, it never used to happen like that in my day. Well, apart from the Robinsons and the Ramseys. Mrs. Mangle and Madge, and Izzy and Susan. Oh, go the Rodwells, I say. Leo tells me that my old mate Jane had a little bit too much to drink at the vineyard the other day. Hope she didn't embarrass herself.
That's not my drink. Oh, there it is. Oops.
Oh, and there's also been some drama with that young fella Eden. He's a nasty piece of work, that one. Trying to give me a run for my money. Yeah.
Hey, what's happened?
Our stuff's been stolen. Some wallets and Mackenzie's handbag. Some really valuable stuff.
Till's empty as well.
We think one of your staff did it? Ed?
Oh, and Reese has finally been caught out too.
Why are you lying to me?
There is a reason. I haven't wanted to tell you because I haven't wanted to think about it myself. I'm trying to find my sister.
Shameful behaviour telling lies like that. Gosh, you'd never find me doing that, would you? Maybe she might head back to the OC now. Which reminds me, I know someone on it for this week. Why are you still here? Haven't you got better things to do?
Next up is my review of episode 25 of the Neighbours reboot, which starts as always with a previously recap and a title sequence. Remy tells Cara to take JJ and Dex outside and to call 000, which is Australia's emergency services number. Like in the UK it's 999, in the US it's 911, that kind of thing. And to tell them it's a potential anthrax threat. Cara tells JJ and Dex to wash their hands and face. JJ gets Andrew. JJ catches Andrew up. Andrew calms down JJ. Andrew gets help. Sadie tries to reassure Mackenzie. Andrew catches up with Cara, JJ and Dex. JJ hugs Dex. Sadie tracks the bags Eden stole in a previous episode. Haz and Holly go to track down Eden. Andrew talks to Remy through the door. Remy gets Andrew to promise to stop Cara coming in. Remy tells Andrew that whatever this mystery substance is, it is in her body. Andrew tells Wendy about Remy's current predicament. Wendy tells Andrew and Cara about her involvement in the Linwell brothers' actions. Wendy apologises to Cara. Holly goes looking for Eden and finds him. Holly stands up to Eden. Eden tries to intimidate Holly. Eden locks Holly in a shed. Haz tackles Eden to the floor. Haz punches Eden several times. Eden steals the car and drives off. Haz sets Holly free. Andrew tells Cara about his promise to Remy. JJ hugs Cara. Wendy joins Remy inside the house. Remy persists that Wendy should leave. Wendy ignores Remy. Mackenzie finds her wedding ring. Remy tells Wendy to sit still. JJ, Dex and Cara continue to hug, waiting for the hazardous substances squad to arrive. Remy explains to Wendy that the exposure to anthrax can cause organ failure. Wendy doesn't regret joining Remy. Remy and Wendy talk about feeling invincible at times. Remy bursts into tears. The hazardous substances squad have arrived. A mysterious substance is revealed to be baking soda or baking powder. Cara insults Andrew and Wendy. JJ tells Andrew in front of Wendy, Dex, Remy and Cara. Andrew might be his dad. The episode finishes off with a coming up trailer. My thoughts on this episode. I was meant to do it for the last episode as well, but I didn't. Since that, I love the brief return of Mike in the last episode. In this episode, I love the difference between the life-threatening drama involving the Rodwells and the Marco Murphys and the wedding ring fiasco involving Mackenzie, Holly, Heidi and Sadie. Next up will be a behind-the-scenes look at the events of this episode with Remy stuck inside the house.
I'm on Ramsey Street at the moment. We've got the police car behind me. We've got a massive scare over at the Varga Murphys. Apparently there's some anthrax that has been delivered and Remy's in some serious trouble. So the Rodwells have come to help and also cause a few problems.
In between my scenes, I like to drink a little bit of what you Brits call a cup of tea. A cup of tea. It's empty. There's nothing. I finished it.
It kind of reminds me of my nan. Shout out, Nan.
Feeling very posh right now.
Hi.
Yeah.
You're on the Neighbours social media there.
Wendy's gone and done it again. But super excited for you to see this.
Next up is my review of episode 26 of the Neighbours reboot. The episode starts off with a previously recap and the title sequence. JJ tells Andrew, Wendy, Cara and Remy about his reasons he believes Andrew might be his father. Has apologised to Billy for not keeping her in the loop. Andrew fills Wendy in on his involvement within the situation. Remy gets angry at Cara, rightfully so. Wendy storms out and Andrew follows Wendy. Wendy gets angry at Andrew, also rightfully so. Andrew tries to justify his actions. Andrew and Wendy fill Sadie in. JJ further explains his plan. JJ blames himself for the wedge between Remy and Cara. Remy tells Cara she is beyond angry. JJ storms out. Cara finds JJ in Harold's. JJ apologises to Cara. Cara tells JJ is nothing to apologise for. JJ shows Cara a photo of Andrew. Cara reassures JJ that it's okay if JJ wants his father in his life. Billy locks Trevor outside overnight. Holly wakes Mackenzie up. Haz finds Trevor. Billy tells Haz she left Trevor outside. Billy and Haz have an argument about Trevor, with Mackenzie and Holly looking on. Remy talks to Susan. Cara talks to Therese. Andrew talks to Toadie, and Wendy talks to Jane about Andrew potentially being JJ's father. Andrew goes to talk to Cara, but thinks better of doing so when Remy returns home. Sadie suggests to Andrew to give Wendy some space. Billy and Haz have another argument. Billy dumps Haz. Haz takes Trevor to the beach. Dex ignores Cara and goes straight to his room. Remy and Wendy discuss the JJ and Andrew situation. Remy has brought some DNA tests to know one way or another. Both JJ and Andrew complete the DNA tests. Cara and Remy reassure Dex and JJ. Susan updates Holly on Carl and Harold's adventures. Holly tells Susan about her feelings towards Haz, as does Mackenzie to Sadie. Mackenzie tries to change the subject, and the episode finishes off with a coming up trailer. My thoughts is I liked the scenes between Susan, Therese, Toadie and Jane giving advice to Remy, Cara, Andrew and Wendy. Coming up will be a video, because this episode was broadcast on the 31st of October, which is Halloween, as well as a clip from the episode featuring Cara and Remy. Next up is my review of episode 27 of the Neighbours reboot. The episode starts off with a previously recap and the title sequence. Byron and Reese talk about Paul being suspicious of Reese nearly 24/7. Haz and Trevor return from the beach. Mackenzie checks in with Haz. Haz and Mackenzie say several dog puns. Sadie comments on Reese staying over at Mackenzie, Haz and Byron's. Toadie shows Therese a picture of Amy and baby Kai. Therese discovers that Mel has skived school due to not finishing an assignment. Therese helps Nell with her assignment. Byron hugs Jane. Byron and Reese check in with Jane. Byron and Reese show a picture of Reese's missing half-sister to a mechanic. Jane reunites with Sharon Davis, played by Jess Miss Champ. Sharon tells Jane about Melanie moving house again without telling anyone. Therese calms down now and drops her off at school. Nell overhears Sharon and Jane talking about Melanie. Sadie comments on Holly's new outfit choices. Byron and Reese hunt down the owner of the car Reese's missing half-sister used to own. Nell talks to Jane about Melanie. Holly seems to be flirting with Haz before being interrupted by Trevor. Reese buys the car. Sadie tells Mackenzie about Holly flirting with Haz. Nell fills Toadie in on Melanie. Toadie checks in with Nell. Holly talks about flirting with Haz to Mackenzie. Mackenzie finds a card she gave to her missing half-sister. Byron gives some advice to Reese. Nell tells Therese and Toadie about her assignment. Toadie tells Jane to not talk about Melanie in front of Nell and to go to him in the future. Nell rings Sharon, getting the number from Jane's phone. Nell gives Jane her phone back, and the episode finishes off. The cover trailer. My thoughts on this episode is I like that Therese and Nell are getting on. Just did I was just checking I did my thoughts for the last episode. There wasn't any videos in between 27 and 28, so I'm going to move straight over into my review of episode 28 of the Neighbours reboot. The episode starts off with a previously recap, followed by a title sequence. Reese rings several rehab facilities trying to find her missing half-sister, but is unsuccessful. Tess has returned and checks in on Reese's progress. Paul finds Reese talking to Tess. Paul ignores Leo. Paul finds out who Tess is. Byron fills Susan in on Jane's insecurities. Byron convinces Jane to join him, Jane, Sam and Susan for dinner. Now convinces Reese even. That doesn't make sense. Now convinces Reese to join him, Jane, Sam and Susan for dinner. Now meets up with Sharon. Now wants to know everything about Melanie from Sharon. Paul introduces himself to Tess. Paul invites Tess to dinner. She accepts. Sharon reassures Nell about Melanie. Jane apologises to Reese for her fears of Reese taking Byron away from her. Paul tells the truth of Reese's exploits to Tess. Reese is jealous of Byron's family life. Tess leaves the penthouse. Sharon checks in with Nell. Jane catches out Nell. Nell asks Jane to not tell Toadie. Jane agrees. Jane gives Nell a lift home. Nell gets a message from Sharon. Tess finds Reese's room and tells her she's returning to the US at her dad's orders, and the episode finishes off with a coming up trailer. My thoughts on this episode is I like that Melanie isn't being forgotten, and that next up will be a few clips that were released between episode 28 and episode 29.
Hi, I'm Jessica Muscamp. I play Sharon Davies, and these are my Ramsey Street revelations.
Okay, Ramsey Street revelations.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Pretty good.
Woo.
I'm Misha Barton, and I'm playing Reese Sinclair, and these are my Ramsey Street revelations. Reese is cool. She's interesting. I mean, she's quite a bossy lady because she's worked very hard her whole life, and she comes from a privileged background, and she's been sent here to Australia, and she's accidentally fallen in love with this guy. I mean, the storyline is a love story with a very serious subplot of concern for her younger sister. On my first day, I was pretty much thrown into some passionate scenes with Byron's character, Xavier. Yeah, it was quite a lot right off the bat, so that was a little bit funny, but we laugh about it now. Stefan and I joke around a lot. Stefan's pretty funny. Lassiter is a construct, you know? It's supposed to be like the Four Seasons, but it's more like, I don't know. I am going back to New York, obviously, eventually. It's been really fun, and I think, you know, she is a great character, so there's a lot that can go on with her over time. Oh, everybody's been really lovely. I mean, it's actually really heartwarming to see the show get picked back up again. It's been great to come and be a part of this family. That's it for me for now, so I'll see you guys soon.
G'day again. You know, I've heard that there was a bit of drama on Ramsay Street this week with an anthrax scare. Oh, that's a new one, even for this place. Oh, and have you heard the latest? Yeah, Andrew Rodwell could be young JJ's dad. Woohoo! Well, I've got to tell you, I was quite relieved that I wasn't in the running for that one myself, if you know what I mean. You know, it's very nice to hear that someone else was on Reese's case this week.
You can say your goodbyes in the morning.
What?
Your father agrees. It's time to come home.
I'm not coming home. Who's gonna find Krista?
Someone up to the task. Me.
Now, that's my kind of woman. Go. Oh, and I'll tell you something else. I spotted an old face in town. Yeah, Shaz is back. The cat drags in. Well, I mean, what is it with this place that people just keep bouncing back? Can't get rid of them. Anyway, that's it for this week. Have a good one. Why are you still here?
So yeah, that's it for the Everything Podcast Season 2 episode 109. But before I go, let me know what you thought of these selection of episodes and my reviews if you didn't catch the episodes of, so that's episode 23 to episode 28 of the Neighbours Reboot. That is it for the Everything Podcast Season 2 episode 109. Goodbye.